Hi everyone, it's Paola. So I am back finally doing another design related video, graphic design, art video, which obviously I love doing and I want to do way more. So if you have any suggestions for me, leave them in the comments below because I'm really excited about making a lot of art and design videos. It's just sometimes I think I don't know how to do this, or I think of this big idea and I'm like, how realistically can I figure out how to make this interesting or cool or whatever. But any ideas that you have, leave in the comments below because I'm open to anything and I'm excited to keep making all these design related videos. And also I put out on Instagram a poll. I use my Instagram stories to see what you guys want to see, and you guys can vote and you can talk to me on Instagram. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, follow me. The link is in the description. Why do I feel like I'm out of breath? Let's get it together. So today we're going to be talking about building a personal brand. So what is a personal brand? A personal brand is basically everything around that encompasses what your thing is. So you are a person, obviously, and it depends on what you do. If you are an artist, if you are a graphic designer, if you are a YouTuber, or if you do any other sort of thing that is your thing. If you were a yoga instructor, you know what I mean? If it's your thing and all of that encompasses your logo, everything that you use, everything that you utilize, what you put out there into the world, that is your personal brand. So using me as an example, I am a graphic designer, I'm also a blogger and YouTuber, and I've put that all together to create one thing that's unique to me. So all of the things that I do have been mushed into one thing. I'm putting it out there as a brand that is myself. And I have my logo, I have my channel art, and I have all of these different aspects of my thing, and it all goes out there into the world in a cohesive way that is all my personal brand. Does that make sense? So using art and design as an example, because I'm assuming a lot of you are artists and designers who watch my channel and watch these videos, you definitely need to think about what you do online and also in physical space, reality, I don't know, offline. So you definitely have to think about both ends of your business or your brand or what you do. So if you are an artist or designer, you might have a website with a portfolio, or maybe you do YouTube, or maybe you do a blog, or maybe you're putting your art up there on some sort of online space. And obviously, when you put that out there, you definitely want to use your logo, and you definitely want to use, it's all going to be under your name. So you definitely want to have this cohesiveness of yourself and your persona online. Even your Instagram, you know what I mean? Just all of these different things need to be cohesive and have your brand together. And also when you flow into the physical world, into reality, you might be working with people, and you might be working with clients, or you might be putting your art out there into galleries, or whatever you are doing. You definitely need to have that same cohesiveness from online into the real world. So even if you were a yoga instructor, I'm not just using art as an example. If you were a yoga instructor, you might have a website, you might have a blog, you might have a Facebook page. That's all gonna be your brand. And then also you have to teach a yoga class. So you don't want that to be completely different than what you put out there online. You want to have that sort of same vibe that you're putting out there in one end and on the other. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm just rambling, but it's important to think about all aspects of yourself when you become a brand. So this can all seem really daunting. Maybe you're a painter and you're like, oh, I didn't think I'd have to think about all these different things. I'm here to make it easier. I'm here to calm it down a little bit, but I definitely want you to know all of these aspects because I want you to be successful. So you definitely want to start by thinking, what makes me unique? What makes me special? What can I bring to the world in this brand of myself, putting myself out there as anything, really, not even just an artist. And that's a really good place to start because you can just think okay, let's think about some good qualities I have and what I do and how that can be helpful. I think it's funny because as designers, when we work with clients, we have to do logos and like, you know, you're basically building a brand for somebody else. You're doing their visual identity. And it kind of goes both ways with this, like thinking about what is unique about them, because you get them thinking outside of the box. So it's not just, oh, I need this specific logo, I want it to look exactly like this. You can maybe ask them, if your company were an animal, what animal would it be? Or like, what mood do you think of? Or like, what emotion do you think of when you think about your company? And it informs the designer on what to do. And I feel like if you ask yourself those questions as a brand, you can inform yourself into, oh, okay, what is it that makes me unique? Or what animal would I want to be? And then that can all go into your personal brand and really create something really good. So now that you're thinking about all of these like questions and whatever that you're asking yourself as your brand, you want to create a logo. So creating a logo, I'm gonna use mine as an example. I decided to do a typeface logo. So I have my initials, I have the P and the K, and then I have a pink line going through it. And I've adapted it over time. I had an orange line and then I went into pink and I was like, who am I kidding? I love pink. I don't care. So I'm happy with it now for sure, and I use it across everything, which is very important with your logo. So if you feel like making a logo is a little scary and you're not really sure where to start, definitely start looking at companies whose vibe you admire or that you feel like are kind of similar to you in a way. Check out their logos, and then also like you can create mood boards, like maybe like go on Pinterest. But creating a mood board with like all of just like different things in your life that you feel like are really you, just put that all in one place and then kind of find out what the common thread is in all of it, and that can help inform what you want to put into a logo. So including your logo, but also with everything else you do, you definitely want to have consistency, because consistency is going to help everything you do look so much more professional and just put together, and it definitely will help people trust your brand more depending on what you do. So like for me, I always use the same pink on little accent things, and I stick to a black and white sort of thing outside of that space, and I just feel like I like the really like clean, nice look to all of the things that are involved in my brand, even paper things. Like when I write up a contract, if I were doing like a freelance job, it's still the same brand as what I have on my YouTube channel and what my YouTube channel looks like. So colors and typefaces across everything you do can really help inform what your brand actually is. Like for example, if my channel had like black and brown and blue and like really hard blocky letters everywhere, I feel like it would get a whole different audience than what I have now, because it doesn't really inform that I would do fashion and design. It is more like maybe a gaming channel would do something like that, and it really makes sense when you look at a lot of different channels and what they actually do and what their colors and typeface schemes are. They really inform what these YouTubers do, and it shouldn't be any different with you as a designer or whatever your brand is. So consistency is definitely key here. You want to put out everything in a cohesive way and put out what you do into your brand, so it's obvious what you do from the beginning and it's not a mismatching question mark when you look at somebody's whole aesthetic. So building a personal brand is definitely a work in progress. Like you might not be satisfied at the beginning, but it's always great to go back and revamp things and try things and just see what works and what doesn't. So I hope this was helpful. It's basically an introduction to building a personal brand. I'm not an expert, but I have appointed myself as one, and that is all I have for you today, really. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave those suggestions in the comments, and I will see you in my next video, I guess. Bye. Okay, come on, sun. Come on, sun, come through, sun. Let's do this.